Today is the day that the Lord has made, and you right here, right now, are given another opportunity to live with intention, to walk in God's light, and to fulfill the divine purpose He has set for you. Can you feel it? The peace that comes with knowing that God has already gone before you, preparing your way? This is the power of starting your day with God. This is where your strength, your confidence, and your clarity come from. Imagine waking up each morning not in fear or anxiety, but with a deep sense of faith and assurance. When you choose to begin your day with prayer, you are aligning yourself with God's will. You're releasing all the worries that weigh you down and inviting His presence into your day. Every morning is a fresh start, an opportunity to walk boldly into the day ahead, knowing that with God, nothing is impossible. Think about it for a moment. What if you could face every challenge today, knowing you are walking in alignment with God's purpose? What if you could step into today not with fear, but with unwavering confidence in His protection and provision? That's what happens when you start your day with God's presence. You're not walking alone. You're walking with the Almighty, the one who holds your future in His hands, the one who knows every step you'll take. Each day is a gift. God grants us the opportunity not just to exist, but to thrive. The battles you face are not there to destroy you. They are there to shape you, to mold you into the person God has called you to be. And when you start each day with God in prayer, you align yourself with His divine purpose. His peace floods your heart, and you begin to see everything through His eyes. The fears and doubts that once seemed so overwhelming fade in His presence. This is why morning prayer is so powerful. It's not just a routine, it's a lifeline. It's your moment to connect with God, to listen for His voice, and to receive His guidance for the day ahead. In Matthew 6:33, we are reminded, "Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." This is not just a promise, it's a call to action. When you seek God first, everything else falls into place. You're giving God space to open doors no man can shut and to protect you from unseen dangers. You were not created by accident. God has a divine assignment on your life. The challenges you face today are part of His plan to refine you and build you into the person He has destined you to be. So don't rush through your day. Pause, reflect, and prepare to meet God with an open heart. Take a deep breath right now. Breathe in the peace that only God can give. Let go of the tension, the worries, and the stress that may have followed you into today. This is your moment to align your heart with God's will, to surrender your doubts, and to step forward with the confidence that God is in control. When you start your day with prayer, you're saying, "God, I trust you with today. I trust you with my work, my relationships, my challenges, and everything I'll face. I give you this day, and I ask for your guidance, your peace, and your provision." Even Jesus, the Son of God, understood the importance of starting his day with God. In Mark 1:35, it tells us that early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went to a solitary place to pray. If Jesus, in His perfection, needed to seek the Father in prayer every morning, how much more do we, His children, need to start our day in prayer? So I want to challenge you today. Don't rush into your day. Take a moment, like Jesus did, to seek the presence of the one who holds the day in His hands. In that quiet moment, you'll find your strength, you'll find your peace, and you'll find your purpose. Now I want you to do something with me. Declare it boldly. Lord, I trust you with my day. Write it in the comments below. Say it out loud. Let your words be a declaration of faith. The Bible says in Proverbs 18:21, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." The words we speak shape our reality. So when you declare, "Lord, I trust you with my day," you are choosing faith over fear, divine alignment over worry, and God's promises over uncertainty. Go ahead, write it now. Lord, I trust you with my day. And as you do, think about someone in your life who might need this encouragement today. Maybe they're struggling with anxiety, fear, or doubt. Share this message with them. Let today be the start of a spiritual awakening, not just for you, but for those around you. God is ready to do something powerful in your life today. Step into it with faith, courage, and the confidence that you are not walking alone. You've been given today not just to exist, but to thrive in God's purpose. Today, let's take a moment together to experience the peace that comes from starting our day in God's presence. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the chaos, the noise, and the endless to-do lists. But there's a quiet peace waiting for you in God's presence. It's a peace that passes all understanding, a peace that doesn't come from the world, but from the one who holds the universe in his hands. As we open our eyes each morning, we are given a fresh start, a new opportunity to surrender our day to God, to trust him with everything we have, and to invite his presence into every moment. This is not just a ritual or a habit. It's an invitation, a powerful invitation to connect with the creator of the universe and to let his peace flood our hearts. And when we let go of our anxieties, worries, and fears, those things that seem to grip us in the morning, we make room for God to fill us with his strength, his hope, and his assurance. Today, I want to encourage you to let go of the worries that try to hold you back, the fears that whisper in your ear, telling you that you're not enough, that you're unprepared, or that you won't make it through. Those worries are real and they may seem loud, but they do not have the final say. You have the power through the grace of God to choose faith over fear and trust over worry. This is the foundation of your faith. When you choose to begin your day with prayer, you're making a bold declaration. You're not just going through the motions, you are saying, Lord, I trust you with my day. I trust you with my work, my relationships, my decisions, and all that lies ahead. Those words have power. Proverbs 18:21 reminds us, death and life are in the power of the tongue. The words we speak shape our reality. When we declare our trust in God, we're actively choosing faith over fear, divine alignment over human worry, and God's promises over the uncertainties of the world. But it's not just about speaking those words once, it's about letting them sink deep into your heart and your spirit. It's about waking up every morning and declaring, Lord, I trust you with today. I trust you with my fears, my challenges, my joys, and my frustrations. I trust you with every little detail of my day. When we do this, we're opening the door for God to step in and transform our day. We're choosing to live with the confidence that no matter what happens, God is in control. His will is better than anything we could plan on our own, and his timing is perfect. Now, I want you to take action with me today. I want you to say it out loud, right where you are. Lord, I trust you with my day. Let those words be more than just a declaration. Let them be a prayer, a promise to yourself, and a covenant with God. And as you speak those words, I want you to write them in the comments below. Write, Lord, I trust you with my day. Let this be a public statement of faith that you trust God, not just in theory, but in every moment, every challenge, and every joy. And as you do that, I want to encourage you to think of someone in your life who needs this encouragement today. Maybe they are struggling with anxiety, fear, or doubt. Maybe they feel like they're walking through life alone, overwhelmed by the weight of their circumstances. Be the light in their life today. Share this message with them. Let them know that no matter what they're facing, they don't have to do it alone. God is with them. He is with you, and he is ready to do something powerful in your life today. We all need reminders of God's faithfulness, especially in the midst of challenging times. When the world feels heavy and the pressures of life seem unbearable, it's easy to forget that we are never alone. God is always with us, and he has already gone before us, preparing the way. That's why starting our day in his presence is so powerful. It realigns our hearts, refocuses our minds, and renews our spirits for whatever comes next. God is ready to do something powerful in your life today. Step into it with faith, courage, and the confidence that you are not walking alone. No matter what challenges you face, God has already gone before you. He has already made a way, even when you can't see it. He's already opened doors that no one can shut. He's already working behind the scenes, orchestrating your life in ways you can't even imagine. And you can trust him with every detail of today. Remember, you were created with a divine purpose. Today is not just another ordinary day. It is a day filled with divine possibilities. And the only way you can truly step into those possibilities is by placing your trust fully in God. When you declare, Lord, I trust you with my day, you are positioning yourself to live fully in the purpose he has set for you. You are choosing to live with the assurance that He is in control and that no matter what comes, He has already equipped you to handle it. The enemy will try to distract you, to make you and to steal your peace. But God is bigger than any challenge you'll face. His promises are true, and He will not let you go. So let today be the day you stand firm in your trust in Him. Let today be the day you walk in the confidence that He has already prepared everything you need to face the day ahead. Each morning is a fresh start, a chance to begin again, to realign your heart with God's will, and to choose faith over fear. When we begin our day in prayer, we are positioning ourselves for success. We are inviting God into every moment, asking Him to guide us, protect us, and provide for us. We are declaring that we trust Him with our day, our worries, and our future. And when you do this, something amazing happens. You'll begin to notice that the challenges you face no longer seem so overwhelming. The anxiety that once gripped your heart will start to fade, replaced by peace and assurance. Your perspective will shift. You'll begin to see the world through God's eyes, through a lens of faith, hope, and love. And with that new perspective, you'll be able to walk through each day with confidence, knowing that God is always with you, guiding you every step of the way. So I challenge you today. Make today the day you declare your trust in God. Speak it out loud. Write it in the comments below. Let it be your declaration of faith. Let it be the foundation of your day. And as you do, share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Be the light in their life, just as God is the light in yours. God is ready to move powerfully in your life today. All you have to do is trust Him. Step into the day with faith, courage, and the assurance that with God, all things are possible. You were made for more than just surviving. You were made to thrive in His purpose. So let today be the beginning of a new chapter in your life, a chapter filled with faith, trust, and divine alignment. Each morning, you are given a fresh start. It's a brand new opportunity to step into God's light, embrace His grace, and thrive in His divine purpose. As the sun rises and a new day begins, you are presented with the gift of possibility. This day is not just another ordinary day. It is the day the Lord has made, and it is filled with divine potential. Imagine stepping into your day, not with fear or anxiety, but with a deep sense of faith and assurance. Imagine walking forward, knowing that God, who is all-knowing and all-powerful, has already gone before you. He has prepared the way. He has made every crooked path straight. His presence in your life is the ultimate guide. And with Him by your side, there is nothing you cannot face. Starting your day with God is powerful. It's a power that transforms everything: your perspective, your actions, and even your heart. Every day when we begin in prayer, we align ourselves with God's will. We are surrendering our worries, laying down our fears, and embracing His perfect peace. We invite Him into every moment of our day, acknowledging that without Him, we can do nothing, but through Him, we can do all things. Just as Jesus, the Son of God, demonstrated the importance of morning prayer, we too must make it a priority in our lives. Jesus, in His perfection, knew the value of starting His day with God. In the early hours of the morning, before anyone else was awake, Jesus would get up, leave the house, and go to a solitary place to pray. Mark 1:35. If Jesus, in His divine perfection, needed to pray and seek the Father's guidance each morning, how much more do we, His children, need to start our day in prayer? Prayer is not just a routine, it is an invitation to experience God's presence. It's a powerful moment of connection. It's where our faith is strengthened, our doubts are dissolved, and our hearts are aligned with God's purpose for our lives. When we start our day with God in prayer, everything else falls into place. The Bible reminds us in Matthew 6:33, "Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." This is not just a promise, it's a call to action. By seeking God first in our day, we are creating space for His presence to guide us, for His protection to surround us, and for His provision to be with us every step of the way. Now take a deep breath and let that sink in. Today is a new day, and it is full of divine possibilities. You are not here by accident. You are here for a reason. You were created with a purpose, and this day is another opportunity to live that purpose to the fullest. But in order to do that, you must choose to walk in God's light. You must choose to step forward in faith, trusting that He has already gone before you and made a way. As we move through our day-to-day lives, it's easy to get caught up in the busyness. We rush from one thing to the next, our minds consumed with tasks, deadlines, and the weight of responsibilities. But in the midst of all of that, we must remember to pause. We must remember to take a moment each day to align our hearts with God's will, to invite Him into every moment of our day. When we begin our day in prayer, we are saying, God, I trust you with today. I trust you with my work, my relationships, my decisions, and the challenges I'll face. I give you this day, and I ask for your guidance, your peace, and your provision. That simple act of surrender invites God to take control of our day and leads us to experience His peace, even in the midst of the most chaotic moments. Now imagine the transformation that can happen when you choose to make prayer your first priority every morning. Imagine the shift in your heart, in your mind, and in your life when you consistently begin each day by seeking God's presence. When you wake up with the confidence that God is guiding your steps, preparing you for whatever lies ahead, and providing for all your needs, you step into the day with peace. You walk with the assurance that, no matter what challenges you face, you are not alone. God has already gone before you, and He will never leave you or forsake you. Starting your day in prayer is not just a habit, it's an act of faith. It's a powerful declaration that you trust God with your day. When you speak those words, you are positioning yourself to walk in His peace and His purpose. You are acknowledging that, no matter what comes your way, you will face it with God by your side. This is the power of morning prayer. It shifts your perspective, strengthens your faith, and equips you to face whatever challenges lie ahead. But let me ask you something. What if you woke up each day with the confidence that God is already in control? What if you started each morning, not filled with anxiety or uncertainty, but with a deep, unshakable faith in the one who holds the universe in His hands? Imagine waking up each day with the knowledge that God is guiding you, protecting you, and providing for you. You would step into each day with peace, knowing that whatever comes your way, you are prepared, you are equipped, you are not alone. God has already gone before you. Today, I want you to experience that peace. I want you to experience the freedom that comes with knowing that God is in control and that He has already made a way. Let go of the anxiety, the worries, and the fears that so often try to grip us in the morning. Instead, choose faith over fear. Choose trust over worry. And when you do that, you are making a bold declaration. Lord, I trust you with my day. This is not just a statement, it's a declaration of faith. It's a choice to trust God with every aspect of your life. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue. The words we speak shape our reality. When you declare your trust in God, you are choosing to live in faith, not fear. You are choosing to walk in the promises of God rather than the uncertainties of the world. So I want you to do something today, something powerful. I want you to declare with me, Lord, I trust you with my day. Say it out loud. Write it in the comments below. Let your words be a declaration of faith. Let this be your first step in trusting God fully with your day, your relationships, your challenges, and your opportunities. Let it be a declaration that, no matter what comes, you will walk in faith and confidence, knowing that God is with you. And as you declare this trust, I want you to think of someone in your life who may need encouragement today. Maybe someone you know is struggling with anxiety, fear, or doubt. Share this message with them. Be the light in their life, just as God is the light in yours. Let today be the start of a new chapter in their lives as well, a chapter filled with faith, peace, and divine alignment. God is ready to do something powerful in your life today. Step into it with faith, courage, and the confidence that you are not walking alone. Remember, you were created for a purpose, and today is another chance to fulfill it. So as you go through your day, take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, surrender your worries, and declare, Lord, I trust you with my day. Let that be your declaration of faith. Let it be the foundation of your day, your life, and your future. God is with you. He has already prepared the way, and all you need to do is step forward in faith. As we continue this journey of prayer and reflection, I want to remind you of one of the greatest truths we can hold on to. God is our provider. It's easy to forget this truth when we're overwhelmed by life's challenges, but it's one we must return to every single day. Each morning as we wake up and begin our day, we are reminded of God's unwavering faithfulness to provide for us. Every day He gives us new mercies, fresh grace, and the strength we need to face whatever comes our way. His provision is not just a promise for the future, it is a present reality available to us each and every day. There is a power in knowing that when we put God first, when we trust Him with our needs, our desires, and our challenges, He will make a way for us, even when it seems impossible. We might not always see the way ahead, and sometimes it might feel like we are stuck in a situation with no clear exit. But we can rest in the assurance that God is working behind the scenes, preparing the way for us. That peace is the ultimate gift He gives us. Think of the story of Elijah in the Bible. In a time of famine and drought, when everything seemed to be falling apart, God told Elijah to go to a brook called Cherith, and there He would provide for him. God sent ravens to bring Elijah food, and every day Elijah saw God's faithfulness in providing for his every need. It's a beautiful picture of God's provision. But then, the brook dried up. The very thing that had been sustaining Elijah no longer existed. In that moment, Elijah could have doubted God's provision. He could have wondered if he had made a mistake by following God's command. What do we do when the resources we rely on dry up? What do we do when the job ends, the relationship breaks down, or the path forward seems unclear? Just like Elijah, God is calling us to trust Him even when things don't make sense. When our sources of provision seem to disappear, when we face uncertainty, we are called to trust God even more. After the brook dried up, God spoke to Elijah again and told him to go to Zarephath, where a widow would provide for him. Elijah obeyed, and when he arrived, he met the widow who was preparing her last meal. She had just a handful of flour and a little oil left, and yet God used her to provide for Elijah. Think about that for a moment. A widow with so little, yet God used her to provide for Elijah. The widow's flour and oil never ran out, and God continued to provide for her each day. This is the power of God's provision. He always provides, even when we don't see how. God's provision doesn't always come in the way we expect, and it often arrives in the most unlikely places. But it is always exactly what we need. This story is a powerful reminder that God is our provider, no matter what we face. When we trust Him with our lives, when we surrender our challenges, He will make a way where there seems to be no way. Whether it's provision for our physical needs, emotional strength, or spiritual guidance, God is faithful to meet us where we are. Just as He provided for Elijah and the widow, He will provide for you. All we need to do is trust Him and seek Him first. When we do that, we position ourselves to experience His provision in ways that exceed our expectations. I want to encourage you today to remember that God sees you. He knows what you need, and He will not leave you in the wilderness. You are not alone. He is always working behind the scenes, preparing you for the blessings ahead and making sure that every need is met. When we start our day with prayer, we are acknowledging that God is in control. We are declaring that no matter what we face, we trust Him with our lives and our needs. We are surrendering our worries to Him, and we are choosing to trust that He will provide, just as He always has. It's easy to get distracted by the stresses and uncertainties of life, to become consumed with the what-ifs and the unknowns. We can easily focus on what we don't have rather than on the countless ways God has already provided for us. But when we choose to focus on God's faithfulness, everything changes. When we make a conscious decision to seek Him first, to trust Him first, we begin to see the world in a new light. The Bible tells us in Philippians 4:19, "My God will supply all your needs according to His riches in glory in Christ Jesus." This is not just a promise for the future. It's a promise for today. The same God who provided for Elijah, the same God who sustained the widow, is the same God who will supply all your needs today. When we declare our trust in God, we open the door for His provision and peace to flood our lives. When we step into each day with confidence, knowing that God is providing for us, we begin to see his hand at work in ways that we never could have imagined. As you step into today, I encourage you to keep God at the center of everything. No matter what challenges you face, know that he is with you. He is your provider, and he will make a way. Whether it's the small daily needs or the bigger, life-altering decisions, God has already prepared the path. Trust in his timing, trust in his wisdom, and trust in his love for you. He knows the desires of your heart, and he is working on your behalf, even when you can't see it. Remember, God is faithful. He will provide. And when we put him first, everything else falls into place. We don't have to worry about the details because he is already handling them. So today, declare with me, Lord, I trust you with my day. I trust you with my needs, my challenges, and my future. This is more than just a statement. It's a choice. It's choosing to trust God instead of relying on our own strength. It's choosing faith over fear, confidence over doubt, and provision over lack. Let this be your declaration today. Let it echo through your day. Let it guide every decision you make, every interaction you have, and every step you take. God is with you. He will provide for you. He will never leave you. His provision is more than just meeting your physical needs. It's about fulfilling your emotional, mental, and spiritual needs. God is the complete provider. When you choose to trust him, you are choosing to align yourself with his divine plan. Let today be a day where you experience God's provision in new ways. Let his peace guide you through every moment. When we make God the center of our lives, we open the door for his blessing to flow into every area. No matter what challenge you face today, no matter what obstacles stand in your way, remember that God is already ahead of you, preparing the way. You are not walking alone. You are walking with the one who holds the universe in his hands. So today, take a moment to pause. Breathe deeply. Surrender your worries and declare, Lord, I trust you with my day. Let that be your declaration of faith, your foundation for the day, your guiding principle. Share this message with someone in your life who may need encouragement today. Be the light in their life, just as God is the light in yours. Let today be the start of a new chapter, a chapter filled with faith, peace, and divine alignment.